Have you ever had your dog stare at you so intensely that it almost feels like they're trying to say something you just can't translate? Not just a casual look, but that deep, silent gaze that makes you stop for a second and wonder what's going on inside their mind. Most people brush it off as, "Dogs just do that." But the truth is far more emotional, and far more meaningful, than most owners ever realize. Because when your dog looks at you like that, they're not just seeing you. They're studying you, reading you, feeling you. And in many cases, they're trying to understand something about you that even you might be ignoring. Dogs don't speak with words, but they communicate constantly through silence, behavior, and subtle emotional signals. That stare is one of their most powerful forms of communication. And once you understand it, you start to realize your dog has been having conversations with you your entire life. You just didn't know how to listen. For example, when your dog locks eyes with you during quiet moments, especially when nothing is happening, it's not boredom. It's connection. Scientists have found that mutual eye contact between dogs and humans increases oxytocin, the same hormone responsible for bonding between parents and babies. That means in those quiet staring moments, your dog is literally strengthening their emotional bond with you on a biological level. But there's something even deeper happening. Sometimes that stare carries observation. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to changes in human behavior. They notice when your walking pattern is different, when your voice loses energy, or when your emotional state shifts even slightly. You might think you've hidden your stress well, but your dog has already read it like an open book. So when they stare at you during those times, they're not just bonding. They're analyzing. Trying to understand what changed. Trying to decide if you're okay. And this is where it becomes truly emotional. Because many dogs, especially those deeply attached to their owners, take on a kind of emotional responsibility. They begin to feel that your state of mind matters to their survival, not physically, but emotionally. If you are down, they feel the shift in the household energy. And their instinct is not to walk away from it, but to stay closer. And then there are the emotional stares, the ones that happen during vulnerable moments. When you are sad, silent, or overwhelmed, some dogs will sit closer than usual and just watch you. No barking. No movement. Just presence. This is often misunderstood as confusion, but it is actually one of the purest forms of emotional support in the animal world. They are not trying to fix you. They are not trying to distract you. They are simply staying. And in their world, staying is love. Over time, this silent communication becomes a language between you and your dog. A language built not from commands, but from shared emotional understanding. And the more you pay attention, the more you realize your dog has been reading your life far more closely than you ever realized. That intense stare is not random. It is not meaningless. It is a reflection of connection, curiosity, protection, and emotional bonding all happening at once. And maybe the most beautiful truth of all is this: your dog doesn't need you to speak their language perfectly. They've already learned yours. Every glance, every expression, every shift in your energy, they see it. They feel it. They respond to it. So the next time your dog is just sitting there, quietly staring at you, don't rush to break the moment. Don't assume they're bored or waiting for food or simply zoning out. Pause for a second. Because in that silence, there might be a conversation happening that is far deeper than words. A conversation built entirely on trust, attention, and a love that doesn't need translation.